In this video, we're going to highlight how the new tools will help you increase the effectiveness of your planning and enable you to better prepare all your scheduled customer interactions. In this stage, you will complete Step 1 of PFI. Plan. Focus on a patient group of mutual interest. At the center of all we do is the Marketing Multichannel Cycle Plan. This outlines which customers should be contacted, with which frequency, and through which channels. On IREP, the MMCP is called My Plan. My Plan is essential for your customer interaction preparation. There are 4 key steps. 1. Review My Plan. 2. Plan the appropriate interaction. 3. Set your SMART call objective and strategy for that specific customer and identify the patient group of mutual interest that you're going to focus on. 4. Schedule and confirm your interactions. We are now going to look at each of these steps in more detail and highlight how the new system can enable you to be more informed about your customers and how it can help you complete the required actions much more efficiently, helping you to build trustful long-term customer relationships, serve your customers better, and most of all, ensure you're well prepared for all your customer interactions. Step 1. Review My Plan. The first step in your preparation is to review the defined customer segments and targeted customers that marketing have proposed and put into your My Plan. This will allow you to discuss with your manager any proposed changes to these 2 areas based on your knowledge of the customer, and to highlight where exceptions need to be applied and the rationale for these changes. For example, you may want to change the customer segment for a particular customer as you feel that they've moved up the adoption path and therefore need a different interaction in the future. Gaining agreement and alignment on the target customers with your manager is critically important, as only the targeted customers will be considered in My Plan. Following this step, you also need to review the proposed plan for key marketing messages and planned number of interactions per customer, which marketing will have provided. You and your line manager can now evaluate the feasibility of this plan by reviewing the capacity for each channel, estimating the time feasibility for the different channels, confirming the limits for the number of approved emails to be sent. If you think that changes are required, you can submit your proposed changes to your line manager by filling the Activity Goal Edit field in the My Plan section. This will ensure that sales and marketing plans are aligned and that My Plan is up to date to enable efficient planning. Once you have completed the initial review and all changes to My Plan have been finalized, you're now ready to move on to the next step. This is where you use My Plan to review your activities for each sales cycle. Who are the customers I should contact? Which channel should I use? What should be the schedule? The great thing about My Plan is that you can see the overall plan for all of your individual customers in one page. This means that you can easily schedule your activities whilst ensuring that they are aligned to the key cycle objectives. My Plan also allows you to start to quickly build a draft schedule of all planned customer interactions, allowing you to easily see a complete overview of your plan as you build it. Step 2. Plan the appropriate interaction. We're now going to look at how you can plan your call and how you can define, select and plan specific interactions for each customer throughout the cycle. To help you with this, you'll have access to a number of key information sources such as customer profile, interaction history, key marketing messages delivered, and other relevant information available. This will ensure that you align the value of Bayer products with HCP patient priorities and needs. Another important element is to check the historical details of all the executed interactions across the different channels. By accessing your customer's timeline view, you'll be able to quickly do this. With this information, you'll be fully informed of all activities happening with your customers, and you'll be able to increase the level of engagement you have with them. Now that you have reviewed all of the customer's data, the next step is to finalize which type of interaction is going to be most appropriate for your customer, and which will move the customer up the adoption path. The available interactions, which may be dependent on the availability in your country, are e-detailing, face-to-face customer interaction contact with a specific customer, typically involving the delivery of specific key messages via e-detailer, as well as the delivery of samples and promotional materials. Remote e-detailing, computer and/or digital devices mediated, mobile phones, tablets, direct contact between participants not co-located, usually allowing real-time audio, video, messaging and file transfer. Approved email. Computer and/or digital devices mediated, personalized, pre-approved email contact delivered to a small to large number of recipients, largely based on compliant email-specific software. Self-directing e-detailing. Computer and/or digital devices mediated, mobile phones, tablets, access of the customer to materials made available by the company. And online conferences. Using iRep, you can easily schedule e-detailing, remote e-detailing, approved email, in My Schedule or using My Plan directly. Step 3. Set your SMART call objective and strategy. In the previous steps, you analysed your customer's information. You can now utilise all of this information to define the SMART objectives for a specific interaction with your selected customers, aligned with the My Plan and the PFI principles. Things to consider are: where is my customer on the adoption path, and where do I want to move him to? What do I know about my customer, and what do I want to discover? In my chosen interaction, which information shall I use to align the value of Bayer products and services with the customer's priorities and needs? There are 4 key areas where the information can help you define the right goals and objectives for the individual customers. 1. Defining the key marketing messages per interaction. 2. Checking that previous follow-up actions have been fulfilled. This will allow you to check that you've completed all previous commitments and that there are no outstanding items from the last interaction. This means that you can plan better for the interaction and address any outstanding items or follow-ups before the next interaction to ensure a more positive outcome and to build trust-based long-term relationships with your customers. You can quickly check follow-up actions and progress in the My Task section of My Plan. 3. Reviewing the results of previous interactions to ensure continuous learnings. You can do this by accessing the post-call notes of call reports. This will help you define your SMART objective for the next interaction. 4. Selecting the appropriate materials for the identified interaction. Samples and highly relevant information material and promotional items for face-to-face meetings. E-detailing and remote e-detailing. Email template and content for approved email. Some of these may only be available in iRep. This will depend on the availability in your country. Utilising all of this information and tools available will help you plan more efficiently and effectively. Now you're ready to check the My Plan attainment by channel for each of your customers to ensure that your SMART objectives are being reached. You can do this by accessing the My Plan object on iRep and reviewing Channel Attainment, Channel Activity Remaining, Channel Activity Actual. This will allow you to see if the preliminary schedule you've planned needs to be adjusted and if the interactions need to be rescheduled or modified. Step 4. Schedule and confirm your interaction. You can now complete the final step, which is to schedule the interaction in your calendar and invite the customer. Once completed, you can easily review all of the entered interaction information by using My Schedule or the Call section in the Customer Profile page. So, that's My Plan. It will help you to develop customer interactions, which move the customer up the adoption path, build trustful long-term relationships, and ensure success in all your customer interactions.